Let's see, I'm back live again. That was a little awkward, breaking it up because of the timing there. Didn't feel ready to break it up, but had to for a second. Gonna avoid inviting for now, just because people just got invites like 45 minutes ago, and they might not want to come right now because they're doing something else. My brother was studying, so yeah. Let's see. Not worry about who's watching it now, and I'll work on who's watching it later, right? That's kind of weird, actually. What's wrong with this spot? Oh, I know. There's a little orange here. There we go. And I'm trying to fix that a little bit. Okay. So I realized her neck here is, well, her chest, even in her neck, this fur, everything is still the wrong color, basically. There's not enough texture in a lot of that. Zoom in a little bit and fix that. When I first started working digitally on these pictures, you could actually find the old versions pretty easily. But Angelica, she had pink fur and it was monotone. There was no textures, just one color of pink, kind of a light. Let's see, where was her pink? It's right here between red and blue, and it was right here, or maybe a little bit over here on most of the pictures. Maybe even a little bit lighter than that. But it was pretty. It wasn't too bad of a color, and it still kind of looked like what I was trying to get at, but it just something was missing. And yeah, with the little artwork that Gabriel sent me, kind of figured out, oh, I need to actually before the artwork from Gabriel, I got a couple of little hints on that I need to increase the fur quality. But with what I got from Gabriel Tomblad, I really wanted to work on the fur and make it look a lot better. But yeah, before that, what was it? I got a hint from my dad saying that the Angelica Cherryfur cherry is not exactly usually thought of as especially with fur, it's not thought of as a pink color. Although in Japan, cherry blossoms, which is what the idea that they have cherries here most of the time, is they're kind of like that color that I was using at first, and that's probably where I got the idea from with that color. But when I first made this character, I was just drawing the shapes, and I didn't know what color I wanted to draw her. So with this red color that was suggested by my dad, several other people, I did this a poll on what colors her fur should be, and I made a few different suggestions. I had some people kindly telling me that they liked how she was, and some other people telling me that it should change. And then I also got a little bit of feedback on a fantasy group on Facebook about like how the character color or a couple other things need to change a little bit. And well, I don't know. I don't need to go in and change everything to everyone's specifications because this is my character. But kind of it ended up better with this fur color than at least in my opinion, than with the light pink. Feels like first of all, from an illustration point of view, she's pretty much always automatically the focal point because of her color, because it red, it stands out. That's good. Makes it easier to put her in the center of attention. but also with Cherry, the actual cherries on her skirt and everything, they're a little bit different color, but they kind of Cherry matches with this color, so it matches with her name a little better than the cherry blossom idea. She's not a cherry blossom fir, she's Cherryfur. So I didn't call her blossom fir or something. So yeah, and it looks a little bit more like squirrel fur now than magical space alien squirrel fur or something. And magical space alien squirrel fur is basically the only justification I could have given for the color at the start. Yeah, when I started working on this, I had just began learning digital. In fact, I was learning digital. Oh, I don't know. I've been using Paint and stuff since I was a little kid, but learning to actually use a tablet and do everything um, that I needed to do, there's just everything's new for me. And wasn't really able to use much of my old knowledge. Most of it is new knowledge anyway. So new. I don't know if you can call it knowledge, but I'm still learning. But let's see. We'll figure it out. So I've had some pretty positive responses with the previous live stream so far, but I don't know if this is what everyone is looking for. There's definitely people who see this and be like, why is there this guy talking while he's drawing on his computer? That's really strange. But yeah, to me, it seems like a good way to see what I'm doing, and I can kind of talk to people if they join and get feedback, understand a little bit more what people are thinking on the spot, and I can have more eyes on my work while I'm doing it, so that if someone can help me out, tell me, oh no, that part looks a little strange, then or anything like that, then I can know to make changes. Plus, if I make videos about this, and there's always comments and everything, eventually, anyway, usually, there's usually comments. I shouldn't say always. Usually, these will end up getting comments eventually, and I can have some way to have people ask questions about the book or about illustration or about my take on illustration or what I'm doing with this, anything else. And since I can take this live stream from Facebook and put it up on YouTube, I can connect with more people who are interested in the book or who could potentially be interested in the book or even potential clients with illustrations and stuff. Although I still have a lot. I have to have a payment system before I can do paid commissions or anything like that. Right now, so yeah, I'm living in Japan, and I still haven't quite figured out how to get the American bank accounts and everything set up from over here, and I don't have the money to go over there to do that and then come back or anything like that. So once I can figure that out, that'll be really nice. I might be able to do some things with a Japanese bank account, but I have to figure out how to do payment before I even think about payment. But that's one big problem, hurdle with making this book, actually. Except for Kindle. Kindle looks like they like my Japanese bank account. They're like, oh yeah, we'll pay to you there. Have everything set up for paying for you there, and then they've already basically accepted two of my banks as something that they can use for most royalties. Um, but yeah, let's see. For ISBN numbers and stuff, I still cannot figure out how people who are living overseas get them. When I, with PayPal and everything, with Blocker, all that stuff, they want you to have American addresses and American cell phone numbers and American bank accounts and that all that kind of stuff. And I'm living over in Japan, and obviously Americans aren't meant to be living over in Japan, but that's fine. So, first thing listed, Rich Linville joined. I think he's just passing by, but if you're there, what's up? Anyway, if anyone comes and sees this later on YouTube and they missed out and they want to see it on the next live stream, I'm not sure how many live streams are going to go into this part of the book, because this is the third to last illustration in part one. But there's, even for book one, there's two more parts after this. In Quercus Minora and the Eight Elemental Stones, which is the first book in the series, Angelica sets off on an adventure to gain to gain her what am I trying to say? I'm gonna pause my brain for a second because I'm concentrating on drawing and talking, and I can't talk at the same time until I have what I want to say thought out in my head. Oh yeah, so she needs to gain right to the throne. Okay. And that's a tradition in her country, Agrifolia, for the heirs of the throne to actually go around the entire world before they assume as the position as king or queen of the country. So let's see. Actually, let's see. Someone. Jason English. He was there last time. Maybe he'll come. Let's get a couple people on the invites done. I don't know if anyone won't come, but yeah. Didn't want to invite the same people as I did the first time because, yeah, don't want to bug people. Hey, what was that thing? Somebody changed it. Smokers. Everyone projects and expects you to listen to them. Well, it would be nice if everyone listened to me. I don't know if I'm expecting anyone to listen to me though. But yeah, my expectations would be shattered, right? If no one was listening anyway. Hopefully the book will hit enough that people can talk about it and there will be a group of people interested in it anyway, eventually. I'm gonna work on the series enough that there will be enough books that eventually I think that there'll definitely be its own market. There will be people talking about the series and not about other books related to similar series. I don't know what I'm saying. There'll be enough books to talk about one series, like they talk about Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or something. I don't think it'll ever get that famous. It would be nice if it did. But there will be more books than either of those series, I think, in the end. So at least if it does get a good following, and I can be loyal to my fans, if I have fans, whatever. I'm gonna be there making it so that people can have something to look at. And this will be here for children and for adults. The way that I've been envisioning this book is that I want a book series that you can read to your kids, but you could enjoy if you're in middle school or high school or an adult or anybody, and you don't have to worry about um, having your kids getting bored because there's no pictures, because there's pictures here, and you don't have to get worried about being bored reading it because there's no text, because there's plenty of text. Although some people who are into books with 9,000 pages might not get enough in one book, but well, there'll be more content than one of those books in the end anyway, if you get all of them. So yeah, there's gonna definitely be a ton of books out for this when I'm done, and there'll be a lot to read. There's also going to be a lot of related things that you can get if you want them. So that'll be fun when everything's all set up. Definitely a bunch of books that I love that couldn't get my hands on more of them, and I really wish that they would have made more. So having more content is at least a really big goal of mine. I definitely, if I don't for some stupid reason don't run out of time, what am I saying? If I run out of time for some stupid reason, that wouldn't be what I want to do. But if I don't run out of time for some stupid reason, that's what I plan on doing. Yeah, I did how I wanted to say it, I think. Yeah, not too good at all this. This is my 4th live stream. And I have, living in Japan, I don't actually get too many chances to speak English other than with my daughter and with occasional online phone call or something. So it actually feels kind of like amazing that I'm able to talk at all. Yeah, over here there's I mean, there are a lot of people who come here and want to be English teachers. And I think the reason why a lot of people want to come here and be English teachers is not because they're interested in teaching English. It's more that they know that that's what's popular in Japan, or at least they think that's what's popular in Japan. And a lot of people over here, they just want to do that and get money or get popularity or something. But it's something that I've avoided over here. I've done a couple of little things on the side with that, just one-on-one for to see how would it be a one-on-one student with a elementary school kid and his older brother who's in high school, and that was an interesting tutoring experience, but definitely not the job I want. A lot of people, yeah, they think they want to come over here to Japan and they want to do what everyone else is doing, which is teaching English, because that's how to live here basically. And for most of the people I would suggest who are interested in coming to Japan, unless you really want to teach English, which you could do over in the States or in any other country, don't come here for that reason. Don't come here with that as a goal anyway. Unless you have all of your teaching credentials and your teaching experience in a different country, it's not a good idea. Because you might just come here and realize it's not what you want to do. And in my situation, I don't know. I came here kind of thinking that if that is a possibility for financing, but I very quickly realized it's not what I wanted to do even before I even tried applying for a job as an English teacher. And coming to Japan without a plan was a very bad idea. But now I'm kind of financially stuck, and now I know kind of how to do what I wanted to do in the first place. So I'm working on that. I kind of started working on this before I knew what to do, but I just had the goal set in my mind that I'm gonna make a book. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the like, Steve. That's Gupta Arts. He's really cool. Really good artist. Way better than me. There's a lot of really good artists out there that I really look up to, and I just can't possibly compete with them. So I'm not going to try to. I'm going to make my own thing. But yeah, let's see. Something else is missing. Let's see. You'll go over here. Dylan is too dark. Way too dark. A little bit of lighter colors on him. So yeah, we'll work on my own series. Don't worry about all that other stuff. I think, yeah, a lot of the problem with trying to compete as an artist is that there are too many super good people to actually compete with anyone unless you're like really godlike as an artist. There's no point even thinking about competing. Just gotta make your own thing and work on it. And if you're doing freelancing, which is something that I'm thinking about doing a little bit, still basically should only do freelancing with people who want your work. At least that's that's the take I have on this. And in my current situation, I probably couldn't do anything else anyway. If there are some people who could probably go out and find people to freelance for, and that's cool. But for me, it's not really an option to just build a portfolio, do all that kind of stuff. I don't know how to do. I'll work and make my own thing, and if someone wants to work for me to work for them because they like what I made, then I can do that. But that's I want to keep on working on this book, even if I get some kind of freelance work anyway. So, that's funny. I still have Angelica's face on my clipboard. What happens if I can paint from the clipboard? Whee! That was an airbrush. That looks really funny. Yeah. La, 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 la. No, I don't need lots of Angelicas all over the screen. That would be really interesting, but no, not happening. But yeah, let's see. I need to get rid of, yeah, his mouth looked really weird here. All black and wrong shape and everything. And I just need to get rid of that and fix it. He doesn't have any whiskers. I don't know why. Missing some core face elements. Here in this part of the from here on, basically in the story, Dylan has, oh, that's missing. He has some lightning striking from his ears to his eyes as one of his facial features. Up until just a little bit ago he didn't know. But that's because Dylan, he learned very adeptly how to use lightning magic, and it as one of the effects of learning so much with the lightning magic, completely just practicing lightning magic for just a very long time. He got that on his face. Not exactly a scar, but it's like a symbol of like dedication towards the element. Um, so that's like this cool feature that's on Dylan's face now at this point. First time it shows up in the book here. Let's see. There we go. Now I gotta add in some black. Yeah, some people don't like the ability to erase what he did so much. Digital, I love it. I don't always abuse the ability, but if I don't like a line, just do it again, right? He doesn't need to stand out too much, so he doesn't need to be perfect. He's gonna be kind of small, but yeah. Let's see. There we go. Some pants that are really dark here. That's not how his pants are supposed to be. They were originally intended to be a pretty dark green. They're not supposed to be this light either. But they're not supposed to be a dark green anymore. Not that dark. It's gonna take a little time to get that back to the color I want it to be. But yeah, there's a bunch of black spots on there that also need to go. So instead of slowly painting in with the airbrush from the dark color towards the light color, I'm just gonna paint in a light color and add on a few other colors until I have it kind of what I want it to be like. Let's see, darken the color a little bit. Put a little yellow on the front here. Put a little dark over here in the middle. That looks kind of strange. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like what it did with the color selector there. Darn it. I should have gone with this one. Yeah, I'll go with this one. I'll fix that so that the color selector doesn't pick up a bunch of extra noise. Yeah, there we go. So some halftones that don't belong there kind of need to go away and stay away. And this is basically using color select is a really easy way to get things done quickly. It doesn't always work perfectly, and there's a lot of setbacks to using a color select. But when you want to avoid making a bunch of stupid mistakes, having color select is really helpful. I don't always use it, but I based my first paint revision idea on color select. So I have all 300 pictures from Quercus Minoran and the 8 elemental stones ready to be color selected now. But that doesn't mean that they have much painted in on them yet. After I actually color select and paint everything, I want to paint over that and make it look better. But what I have right now is, let's see, for everything past illustration number 130, basically, it's just color select preparation. And that's after 104, it's a part 2, and then after somewhere around 200, it'll be part 3 of the first book. Um, he's not wearing neon pants, so they need to be a little darker altogether, but not as dark as it was originally. See how dark was it originally? Yeah, that was pretty dark. So even if I make it quite a bit darker, it's not as dark. It's not going to be as dark as it was earlier, which is interesting. Because actually, I'm getting there, though. Getting a little closer to that color of darkness. But with this color select on, I can actually darken it quite a bit, and then lighten it up a little bit too. So it doesn't even matter which color I choose as the base color. I could have done it with pink, and then painted over enough to get it back to where I wanted it to be. But yeah, what I need here is I don't want to draw another black line in there to say these are his pants. I'm going to use color contrast to my advantage so that I can shape out that area. Hopefully, anyway. I'm not a pro yet. Well, I guess I don't know. Is this a pro? I'll be getting paid soon for my own work. I guess that's pro. I'm not there yet though. Pretty soon. I'm not a pro in terms of like, what is that? I don't have years of paid experience behind me or something. So those years are coming. Right now, huh? Gotta start somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, I spent a lot of time thinking I wouldn't be able to do this for some reason, and that was a lot of wasted time. Should have been working on something. Well, actually, I was working on learning to draw by drawing a lot, but and like learning how to draw different references and shapes and all kinds of stuff like that. But learning about how to work on a book by studying that would have been a good idea. And I really wish I hadn't wasted so much time not studying that. After I'm actually done with making a book, I can start learning how to make a book, and that'll be fun. After you do it, you start learning about it. So I decided, yeah, that didn't work. I wanted to add a little bit of black anyway. I said I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't lying, but I decided I wanted to add just a little bit of black. Not as much as I thought I might, but there we go. His head. Take a little bit off of the top. Need all that roundness on top of it. What is that? What was I doing there? Smudge his head in, and then take those colors. Okay. Now this picture at this point is too dark. Gonna lighten it up. And if this is not the right color of lightning, I might change it up a bit. But let's see what happens if we change it this way. Wonder if I use a cooler color. Too cool. I'm gonna go even cooler. Let's see what it looks like. That's actually kind of interesting, but let's see. Kind of. Most of the time, I use the same colors when I'm lightening things up. But this is in a different setting, so I kind of want to be careful with that. maybe I'll just make it a little whiter. Let's see. Yeah, I moved her head a little bit earlier. Don't like it though. And then I have to fix everything behind there. That's interesting. So I thought I got rid of all the problems there, but obviously the other her is still around. And because she's looking down on this, her head should be a little bit to the left. Um, just a little bit, not too much. Let's see. Yep. We'll see if anyone watches this later, huh? So here's at least I know that I was live for a while because I see someone drop in for just a second, got an eye on there. So I don't have any comments or any feedback or anything. I don't really know how this is going out into the world or whether it is actually making it out there. Like I said just a little bit ago, it was on the other part of the video, but when my brother came in and last couple time before on the other live stream, I was able to hear from him about how the live stream had stopped running, and that was really helpful because here it is not telling me whether the live stream is actually visible or not. It's just like you're live, and I was live last time too, but it was not visible. So being live and being actually live is like for some reason different. So don't know what's up with that, but the live ability of liveliness is not exactly realistic. Oh, I'm gonna use the selection tool there again. Select with lasso, as people call it. Here, I think it's just called the free select tool, and it is a lasso. It was a lasso in Paint, I think, but it's not. Now let's see, what's it called? It's not giving me a name even though I'm hovering. Oh well, we'll never find out. The world may never know. Well, this is not a Tootsie Pop commercial though, so not do that. Okay, so that's a little awkward here with the color variation problem. Go in there, fix that. Go in here. Everything that was behind her head at that time, or everything that was her head, is now going to be dirt. Head dirt. Cool. All right. And then we already went through a couple of cycles of that last time, or earlier, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to fix it. Okay. A couple spots that just don't look right. Gotta fix them. Okay. That looks better. Let's see. This lighter thing. Shouldn't be casting light here. This area here should be lighter. There we go. That area needs to be lighter. A little too dark over there. It's a little too dark over here too. Yeah, I'm gonna get going now. Just one couple last changes before I. What am I saying? One couple. What does that mean? Put in a couple bits of light here. No. And that's strange. That's supposed to be bright. Not that bright though. And okay. And I'll put in the signature a little later. I'm gonna go pick up my daughter. So I'm gonna end up this live stream now. Thanks for watching. I'll put this up on YouTube later. Be sure to subscribe and share. See you later.